guys can hear me in the wind. What I'm thinking about is how, in my personal experience, words are always distorting the truth. The more words are there, the more confusion is there, the harder it is to grasp at the truth. And that's why science/academia is the place where truth gets distorted and fragmented, annihilated the most. Just look at the language. Look at how you're like forced by the format to express a very simple thought in as much as many words as possible, as complicated words as possible. So the focus moves immediately from the center, from the point of, I don't want to say study, but understanding, perception, onto how proper the language is, or whatever other rules that are set up. Just academia is all based in, okay, we have a certain rule that if you don't fit, then it's not true, or it's capital C conditional life. It's refusing the truth because it doesn't fit your frame of not even understanding, but because everybody is capable of understanding the truth. That's why it is the truth, because it's available to all of us unconditionally, and we don't need any external body, circumstance, or especially institution to help us find it. In fact, the more you try to reach out for help, the farther you are from truth, because it is within you. It's right smack double in the middle of you. The farther you're going from yourself, the farther you're from truth. Why I started thinking about it is I was thinking that I want to share my thoughts, but then, by the virtue of sharing them, you're losing the meaning. Not because you're giving it to somebody, no, but by the virtue of trying to, just by the fact of translating the knowledge into the words, it loses like 80% of meaning immediately, because truth must be experienced precisely because it's possible to experience it, and it's the only place where it's at, the experience. So talking is like talking about the moon is not the moon, right? So people who already have experienced it, they can talk about it and discuss it between each other. But those who haven't, for them it can be inspirational maybe, or it can sound like complete bullshit because it's not their experience yet. And maybe I just have to stop thinking about how I can help those. Or I wasn't like, there's a little bit of saviorist in me. I was just thinking about myself in the past, right? And how all this knowledge I found, I had to find within myself, and nobody was there to show it to me. But that's why, because it's just like not possible, and it's not needed. But what needed is authentic expression. So I'm kind of trying to understand what is it for me, what is my authentic expression, because as an autistic person it's easy to get confused between things that you're just good at. There are a lot of things you have to be good at: reading people, reading situations, making conclusions of what is safer way, what is the better way, what is the easier way to achieve something. Like, I have all of those skills, even though I'm in burnout and now they're seemingly subsiding. And maybe, as well, in quality or in depth, but mostly in time. Like, my active functioning time right now is like a few hours. I don't think I get more than 4 hours a day where I can function fully, or like at least similarly to what it has been before. So I was thinking, okay, maybe if I share my process, right, how I went from one point to another, then other people who are maybe not there yet, they can get inspired or get a glimpse of what's possible. And in theory, I understand that I just don't need to think about it, right? But then again, there are moments when I am able to do that, but more often than not, as an autistic person or just neurodivergent person, there are just both of those faculties of just a very strong mind. And another one is the trauma prevention, vigilance, which is so like installed that it becomes a skill, right? Like, even when you are calm, you still are reading everything, you still are understanding things deeply and structurally. So it's a practice for me to look at something and just look at it without trying to dissect it. So I guess in my journey right now, this is where I'm at, learning to witness without, maybe witnessing is too active actually. So learning to be present, more so with the outside than my inside, but obviously also cannot separate them. So this is a little bit funny. Maybe I have this belief that I can be present with myself, but like, this is a new way of getting more present, like of expanding and deepening the presence, without running into solutions immediately, because we all know, I mean, when I say we all know, I mean people who do know that problem is created at the moment of seeking for a solution, or perpetuated. You might become aware of something as a problem, but then again, in a state of presence and awareness, you don't see anything as a problem because it's just a label. Basically, you label a neutral thing into a problem, and then you start looking for solutions, and as long as you're looking for solutions, they cannot come because you are in a state of problem, right? So what I was saying, I guess I'm benefiting from expanding my presence and awareness right now, instead of just constantly running my solution-oriented brain. Maybe that's one of my biggest challenges spiritually, as an autistic person, as a traumatized person, as a neurodivergent person. And I'm sure, like, obviously I'm not the only one, and you don't have to be all of those things to relate. But I'm gonna observe that and report on it as I go, I guess. Have a good day.